Welcome to another episode of the Indy and Doctor podcast. Karan, hi.
Yeah, bro. Hey.
What's the phrase you want me to say now at the start of episodes? What was it?
ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਿਸਨਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਇੰਡੀ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ
ਅਕਾਲ ਅਕਾਲ
Wasn't necessary, was it? Look,
what's wrong with that?
What was it? Many exercise hogi.
I feel relieved after saying it now. I've been holding it in all day just for you. Okay.
Achha. Now you know how I feel about the jingle, yeah?
Absolutely.
I walk around all day and like,
yeah, you're waiting to rev that engine.
Also, just randomly, because talking about that jingle, the person who sent us a beautiful little comment about the last episode, I said, "Can you do a section called the Confessions of what did he say? Brown Gian. What did he call it? Oh, I just had it in my head. It just popped
up. Shall I find that? I got it here.
Yeah. What did he call that segment? It was really funny.
He called it. Damn, where is it? Excuse me. Gian of Brown Mundeh.
That's it. Gian of Brown Mundeh. It's not Confessions.
I think you'd have to redo the jingle.
I'd have to redo it. I need a new one.
It's good that we can incorporate little bits of Siki into the pod. Anyway,
give a shout out to our guy.
What was the name? I haven't found the name. I forgot his name, buddy. 1 second. Man, he made me close it. Now I've got to reopen it.
Oh my God.
On my phone. Kevin Singh.
Kev McAllister Singh. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Those comments we really do appreciate those things.
Yes. Little DMs like that mean a lot to us. Anyway, let's get on to today's topic, Garo.
Let's go.
Have you heard of these? Have you seen?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Because I sent to you, boy.
Well, I was going to tell you this is what we're talking about, but I was busy. It's from BeerBiceps, a.k.a. Ranveer Allahbadia.
And the show, but it wasn't his show, so it's a show.
It's not his show, no.
India's got Lament or something like that.
India's got Latent.
Latent, not Lament.
The rip-off of India's Got Talent, basically, yeah?
Got it. So and that's important for context here. It's a jokey show.
It's a YouTube show.
YouTube show is about jokey, yeah.
Ranveer Allahbadia, a.k.a. BeerBiceps. Let's see what he did.
Crore in cash. Right now? yeah, right now. 2 crore in cash, you'd suck my dick.
Let's go, भाई आप लग रहा है no. Let's go. तू UPI नंबर दे ना अगर पाजी की भाजी खानी हो
Oh God. I didn't see the full clip because all the ones I kept seeing was that start bit and then it'd just be like voiceover like, oh, boom, boom, breaking news. But did you hear that last bit?
What does he say in the last bit? I couldn't fully get it.
Play the last bit again. Paji ka?
1 sec.
अगर पाजी की भाजी खानी हो
just like a synonym for his male parts, his downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Like you know, onion bhaji.
Yeah.
So they're just doing a play on words there. It's obviously very graphic. Why the Harry Potter theme over the top, man?
It's what I found on Twitter X, okay? Because the clips aren't there anymore. You have to deal with what you can find. All right. This is what got him in deep hot water. Ready?
Go.
Watch your parents have sex every day for the rest of your life, or would you join in once and stop it forever?
That joke is one of the most British jokes I've ever heard. Because I've been to many events where people say that joke is like an icebreaker.
Would you rather?
It's a typical game would you rather.
Yeah. It's like
would you rather? It starts tame. It's like, would you rather be hot or cold?
Yeah.
Would you rather eat fish and chips or pizza? And then it turns real quick to
bam is like, would you rather be blind or deaf? Bang.
It's like, and then it's, would you rather piss every time you sit up or shit every time you sit down? And you're like, ooh. And then that is normally the grandstanding question, which is, would you rather watch your parents do it every single day or join them once? That's a very British normal question. So the shock value behind that isn't there for us as Brits.
So there's that, right? And then there's the first question, which is basically like, 2 crore if you suck me off right now. And the clip just before that, he actually asks him in Hindi or whatever. And then Ranveer translates it and says it. And that's the clip we saw. Okay. So
The first joke, mid. Very, very mid joke.
But all of it, it's just crude. Like, fine, right? It's crude. It's very crude. The premise of the show is it's clearly not a serious show. So that's the first thing. It's YouTube, like you said.
Show.
It's YouTube, and I think that's important. The thing which, the last article I sent you, right? I don't know if you watched that clip.
I watched them both.
Mumbai police.
Can we talk about this? The videos you sent me of people doing commentary about this joke are
Breaking
so
news.
over the top. It made it to mainstream news in India, and people were losing their mind, saying they were asking politicians on the streets about their views about it. They were saying, yeah, it's really bad, shouldn't be done, there needs to be regulation. Then the Mumbai police turned up at his house for questioning, and they've called him and the other guy who runs the show for questioning.
Yeah, inquiry. There's a case like
excessively high outrage.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, fine, it's gone viral, and now, but the reason why it's gone viral in India, and the reason why they've made a think about it, is they question what they're most triggered by. It seems like is there is this idea of what India represents, which is kind of tame and culture, and we're all about kind of sophistication.
No, we're not. India's a flawed country, man.
Yeah. But I'm saying they're like, you are encroaching on our value system with this clip, and it's like, okay, because everyone else is like, okay, because this one clip now, not the last like however many years of corruption and all the other stuff, that doesn't encroach on it. But this clip from these guys who are doing well, it's almost more, I think, like young gen versus the older gen who are just like, they don't get it, and it's just like, this is wrong. But they're like, you don't like it. It's not the same as this is illegal. But they're equating the two things.
And
police
they're saying
were called, and there's an inquiry.
We need to have what? Regulation laws and what you can say on the internet now. And we need to clamp down on this.
Which, I mean, that exists in the woke society anyway.
That is stupid. For a joke.
No, that's stupid, but we know it's happening to comedians. Who sent me something recently? That guy who does a cooking show on BBC, Gino? There's some campaign against him now as well.
I haven't seen what he did, but apparently it was quite bad.
But from like 5 years ago, right? Not recently.
I haven't looked properly into it.
So this there is a line, I agree. But at some point, if you
That's not the line.
That's not the line. If you censor everything, then I mean, we're going to be like North Korea, man, where they have one channel.
No, I don't think we are. I think we're okay because we're in the UK.
But you know what I mean? But the world could become like that, where it's like you can't say anything about anything.
I don't think it will, Karen. I think everything depends on cultural nuance and the location of where you do things. So jokes in India, I don't feel like have evolved to that point just yet with the elder gen. The younger gen, it has. So for example, you've heard of Veer Das, right?
Yep.
And you've seen his story about two Indias?
No.
So there's a speech he did after his show talking about how he comes from two Indias, right? Talking about the corruption, talking about the duality of it, talking about how complex it is. Beautiful speech. Go and listen to it. I might put it in the caption below for people to watch, but it's great.
Beautiful.
What did I say?
Beautiful. I'm going
to say that to piss you off because I love it. I love it. Right. Anyway, let's carry on. So it's a great speech, and on the back of that, he addresses this in another comedy show. How in India he was basically being hunted down in certain words for everything that happened. He was told he's going to be arrested when he landed. He was dealing with so much shit, but then so many people were also supporting him at the same time for what he said, because they said, this is the India we live in. It's not the same. It's dual. We need to make sure that it's stop fucking with the wire. Please stop fucking with the wire. Why are you fucking with the wire?
It's because there's too much tension at this point. It was really tight. I don't want the wire to fail. It's done. That
can be dealt with later. It's okay.
John, carry on.
Okay. So
triggered.
No, it's because you're fucking with the audio.
Triggered. There's no audio. There's no loss of audio.
No, there was loss of audio. It was this. That's what you were doing. Yeah, exactly. Now you hear it, dickhead.
Do it again. That's quite funny.
No, I'm not doing it again.
Do it again.
Right? No. Do it again. No.
Do it again, man.
So, what's mad about BeerBiceps is that he's been put on this massive front campaign to say, this is why we need to stop conversation that's fun on YouTube, and you can't do this. However, let's fucking not talk about the issues of rape that we have in India. Let's not talk about corruption, as you said, Gordon. Let's not talk about anything else. Everybody, channel your attention on this culture war conversation right there. This little thing that's a joke that's said in India that is this small, that in the majority of mainstream countries, people just look at it like, oh, you're just trying to beat up Frankie Boyle. Fine. Very normal jokes. and now you're being pulled through the mud in this way. Absolute bollocks, man.
And just to give people who don't know who this guy is, like
massive podcaster,
following, I think across both of his IG channels, 16 million views, 16 million followers. I don't know what his YouTube numbers are, but basically, I think, and one of the reports is that he's the biggest YouTuber in India. And he's had like the biggest guests, man, like all the way up to politicians, Bollywood superstars, Kareena Kapoor, Diljit's been on there.
I've listened to comedians say they wish that everybody goes on stage and told a joke once. So that way you have the license of saying I'm a comedian. So you can just say these edgy jokes and it's okay. Because you can use that cloak as a protective device and say, well, I'm a comedian, I can do what I want. When you're a podcaster saying it, it's not the same. And people are going to be like, hang on, you're meant to be the clean guy who does podcasts and interviews celebrities. Why are you talking like this? But people talk like that all the time in their spare time with certain people who they're friendly with. It's a very laddie joke to say.
Yep.
Maybe read the room a little bit and see, okay, maybe this is going to work in this kind of conversation. The room, as you can see him ask it, were all like, ooh, that's a question. Ooh, they were all
exactly. No one was like, oh my God, how did you say that?
When you take a clip out of that way and then put it to people who don't like his content, don't watch the show, don't know what the show's about, don't understand how it flows, you're going to get mad and upset about it, right?
Exactly the same way. And there'll be people that listen to you, they'll comment, they don't understand Indy's nuance more specifically because I guess sometimes you're a bit more polarized with your views. And they'll be like, oh, but the people that know you and listen to you, they're like, Indy, get it. And that's important. I was watching something this morning as I was driving. It was a clip of Ricky Gervais, and he was saying, just because you're offended by a joke doesn't mean you're right. I was like, that is beautiful. I was like, yes, that's what people need to understand. And yeah, this crazy reaction, man.
The comments, as always, are unhinged on this news channel.
Go on.
Some people say he is pretentious about spirituality. No one on a spiritual path would degrade their parents publicly. What I don't like is how people are saying, oh, he does this with his parents. He's a parent fucker. No, it doesn't work like that.
Is that term you coined, is it?
I just made it up now, right?
That's quite funny.
It doesn't work like that. It does not work. If somebody makes a joke about Jimmy Savile, that doesn't make you a pedophile.
Yes, correct.
It doesn't. Conversations don't work like that. You've presented a scenario that was a joke. It doesn't make you that thing. Yeah, I tapped it on purpose. What are you going to do?
You didn't do it on purpose.
I did.
That was careless. You got really like excited. Animated. Little swad.
See what I mean?
You know when people talk about, or comedians talk about dark humor. Do you think dark humor?
You can't just go on stage and do shock value. Okay, you can't just go up there and just say the C word 100 times. That's not going to get you anywhere. It has to be a crafted, well thought out pathway that you take us down that has some flip flop or some, misdirection. Where you're like, I thought it was going to go that way, but you're taking it this way. That's interesting. That's a good joke. This is just a normal dilemma that a lot of people ask.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just that, but the reaction is just... It's crazy. I've seen his apology video. I haven't seen.
What I found interesting was in his apology video, he said, "Oh, I'm a person who does things for kids or something." Or he said, "This isn't how I want to use my platform. A lot of kids follow me."
Setting examples. I'm not against families, but that more so.
Imagine having to apologize for not being against families.
Yeah, no, that's my point. I was like, that is somebody having to apologize to people who just don't get it.
Yeah,
and that's why that part of the apology is just whack. It's just like, what? Yeah, censorship, man. It was the bit like, fine, the politicians say some stuff, and then did you see that bit? There's a guy like, literally, I thought it was going to be effigy burning. They had pictures. They were holding pictures up of both of them, and they had like a red cross, and then they put it on the floor, then they step on it. I was like, oh god, this is it, man. They're gonna get like dragged from their houses, man.
Yeah, but people do that in India all the time. Whenever
but I was like, about this,
like when everything happened with Jay Goody and Shilpa Poppadom, they were burning effigies of her in India. So what are you going to do? It's just normal. To them, that is normal outrage.
The solution is India's just about to start in the Champions Trophy in the cricket. If they win the cricket, nobody cares.
I mean, give it a week. No one will care about this either. Yeah. Well, let's keep looking through the comments because some people said his what is it? You can't even issue a serious and straight-faced apology. It shows his true character. How?
Bollocks. I think the best thing he said in the apology video was, I'm not going to give you any justification as to, like, this is just an apology. Apology should be about apology. It shouldn't be about explaining.
Problem is, Garan, when you apologize, you have to, if you do anything wrong in the future, they're going to expect that from you. So you can't, if you give into that, it's a problem.
Yeah, no.
And I don't think what you said was that bad. All things
I understand your
but
point.
I'm looking at this through a British lens, not an India lens, because I'm not in tune with their culture over there. Probably
their culture, value system, and he might be actually being threatened, and that's a whole different thing. Then it's between your principles of, I don't think this is a problem, therefore I shouldn't apologize, versus I don't want to die, I'm going to apologize. I see your point though. It's once you make that stand, then yeah, this is your level of, okay, I'm the guy who apologizes. True, but you have to, personal safety. India, lots of people disappear, not good. Policeman. It's when the police got involved. I was like, who has filed the case? Like, where's this coming from? It's like the police got angry themselves. Were like, yes, who's filed it? Is that a minister? What's the law they've broken?
Exactly, but they'll find something.
Yeah,
they'll find something.
Event the charge.
You know Akaash Singh? Obviously, he's been on BeerBiceps podcast, and he's jumped to defend him on Twitter.
Has he?
Yeah, he jumped in immediately and said he's family, he's done nothing wrong, and he listened to the joke and he said, I don't care. I'm like, it's fine. Some people were being stupid. Here you go. These are some of the comments he got back and he responded to. Vulgarity must be removed in any form of comedy and OTT. I don't know what OTT is. For every single word. Oh, and over the top. Okay. For every single word of vulgarity, there has to be 5 crore fine each. If 3 vulgar words are spoken, then 15 crore like that. He said, suck my dick, you dumbass motherfucker. So that is 15 crore right there.
Right.
Respect,
okay.
Akaash. Yeah. Your family, not ours. Akaash, you might be watching your mom while having sex. He said, this is what it's like when a guy tries to be funny without cussing. If you're a man of steel, just say it on Twitter, you endorse his jokes and we see how you ride. He said, am I not clear? I endorse the jokes of both of these guys and every comedian in India. To my Indian fans who ask why I only do pop-up shows there, this story is why. I have to weed out morons like the ones offended by this completely harmless joke. I don't know who you are, but stop endorsing vulgarity by supporting a filthy guy like Ranveer Allahbadia. Nah. He just said nah.
No.
Then they said, just curious, would you watch your parents having sex or join them? It's just a tough question. I think watching forever is better than joining once. But thanks for asking a hilarious hypothetical. You answered the question.
Yeah. Fair play.
Comedians jump into other comedians. Well, comedians just stand up for the right of people to say what they want. Jokes-wise. That wasn't even a bad joke that offended anybody in particular. Or guided towards one community of people. Or one sect of people. Or one culture of people.
Yeah. It's like, kind of following on from our last conversation on the podcast. And Kanye and freedom of speech. And I mean, his is obviously very...
Yeah, that's crazy. Right? This is a normal joke.
Yeah. He builds up all that credibility. And then all these clickbait titles I kept seeing when you search. The end of BeerBiceps. He has broken the law. He is going to hell. And I'm like, whoa, you need to chill out, man.
Yeah, but everyone's in it for clicks and views, aren't they?
Everyone except us. Okay?
Okay. We are a little bit, Garan. You have to understand that.
Little, thoda ja. But he's no lie, no cheat, no steal.
No cheating. No cheating.
No, he was the opposite, wasn't he? I lie, I cheat, I steal.
Who? Eddie Guerrero. Legend. Absolute legend.
And he came in on the car.
Shout out Ranveer. I hope he's fine. I hope he gets through it.
Baji, if you want to come on our podcast. The other guy who runs
that show, India's got Latent. I think that's a great play on words. Good shout. Good YouTube show. I think, hang on. One thing that I overlooked was on YouTube. Sorry, the government somehow reached out to YouTube to demonetize the show or channel or some shit. That's power.
The government reached out to YouTube. So that's the CEO. He's an Indian guy, isn't he? Of YouTube, Google.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like the arms is like, band kar de. Paise band hone kar to.
Turn it off.
That's madness.
Power, yeah.
Thing with India is when you're in favor, like I was watching this program about, I'm big into cricket. So the guy who created the IPL is a guy called Lalit Modi. IPA now is like £1 billion industry for cricket. Like there's just money on money, right? And when he was good, he's setting everything up. He's very favorable. And as soon as he became a little bit too powerful, bang, out. He's in exile. He lives in London now, and they just won't let him back in the country. Like as soon as they decide, Virat is in India at the moment.
I thought he moved to England.
He has, but he's playing cricket in India at the moment.
Yeah, but he lives in England now.
All right, mate. Hopefully we'll see him one day. Bring him on the podcast.
Listen, I haven't bumped into people I went to university with in London ever since I left uni. Yeah. You really think you're going to bump into Virat Kohli in London?
Okay, it's Virat, not Virat.
I love it. I love winding you up. It's so fun.
No, it's not.
Fun. It is.
We will meet Virat. Okay, we will run that podcast. I will take point in that podcast. You can ask him, Baji. So, like, 1 is a single and 2 is a
double. Karan, have you seen this power trip policeman?
This policeman is shutting it down, but we'll see you later.
All right, let's reenact it a little bit, yeah? So, Ed, he's big on collabs. He's done Arjit. He's on Arjit's scooter. I don't know if you've seen that. He took a detour in India. So he's already done a collab in England. They did Perfect. They did Perfect. Him and Arjit Singh at Arjit's concert. And so
I saw that bit. I saw that bit. Yeah.
And so he went to his where he lives in India and just him on a scooter in his little gully. Anyway, so Ed's really chill. He loves India.
He's for the people, man.
There. He's
a proper hippie.
Definition. Yes, for the people. He's a hippie, but he's for the people.
Karan, he's a hippie, bro.
If he wasn't Gora, he would be from India, man. Like completely, man. Have you seen that video of him getting that head massage when he's that guy's playing tabla on his head?
Karan, he is a hippie.
Have you seen that clip?
I have not, no.
Right, look at it now while I'm talking. Just type in Ed Sheeran head massage and just look what this guy does to him. The guy clearly doesn't know who Ed Sheeran is. And he's playing like tabla on his head. But right, so he's in the street, he's singing Shape You. Everyone's loving it. It's clearly proper impromptu like he does when he goes to malls. And then bloody PC
Bro, this guy's
comes up.
fucking tying him. My God. Yo! Oh my God. That's not even a massage. That's just tupper and lupper on the head.
He's like, come here, bastard. You come here, you take our resources, and then you tell you fuck off 1947.
Poor guy, man. Jesus. He got beaten.
Right. So then police comes. You can't sing here, bastard. You turn it off now.
Get this a permission form.
Come on.
Shout out AK.
Yeah. Permission slip. Turn it off now. And he pulls out his plug and he's like, cut it. Stop. No. You go from here.
Completely ruins the moment.
Who said you come here?
You can't have fun. Only I can look at me. Look at me. I am the captain.
I'm the captain. Man.
What twat, man. And the people in the street are loving it.
Menu bribe de tu hone.
Ed doesn't know that though, does he?
Ed doesn't know. Well,
too much of a hippie.
Maybe they
Anyway. Someone should have told him, if you sneak him 1,000 rupees, he'll be all right.
It'd be so funny if he said it on the mic. He goes, Dasi? Kulfi, you want kulfi? Cha. I don't know if you've ever if you've seen these on YouTube Shorts or Facebook, whatever. But I when I'm swiping whatever, I get some short clips that come up now, which is people who are in Pakistan. And they're just trying local food, or they're in hotels.
Your YouTube algorithm is very different to mine.
Yeah. And it's really interesting. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. What are they eating and what stuff cost? And I think it's quite interesting. I've seen the guy. There used to be that guy in Amritsar who did it, who had the kulcha and the shole. I don't know if you've seen that clip. No, and he goes to Samandar Sahib and they tried to start on him, and he goes to okay.
Loads of people are doing that now, using Haramandar Sahib for views. Yeah.
Are they?
They are. I'm sorry to say it.
Every day here. 100,000 people are eating from the Langar, which I understand to be the free food. It's like that, isn't it? And it's like, these guys are the Sikh warriors. And yeah, I'm going to go and see. Yeah, I'm kind of migrating here. I'm mixing so many things.
It's true though.
Yeah, but it's a bit like Just Rain in there as well.
It's silly how everyone's just siphoning it for views now. And I get it. Haramandar Sahib's a beautiful place, and please do hype it. Please do hype it and talk about it in nice ways, which you do. But everyone's video on it just feels like it's same. And it's like, okay, come along with me while I show you one of the greatest places you can go to at midnight. It's one of the safest places in India. I'm talking about Harmandir Sahib. And then, that lady goes there in the night. It is safe, in fairness. One thing I will never fault is that Harmandir Sahib is always very safe, regardless of whatever time of day you go. And she said she went there for like a snack or something. And I was like, fair play, man. If that's what you took from it, fine.
No judgment, man. Yeah, no and I guess that's a very, very important point. The point of Sikhi being open to everybody is you got to be open to everybody, irrespective of their belief or thought process about Sikhi. And I don't mean if they're being disrespectful, if there's biadbi, Indy's favorite word, that's a different thing.
Why is it my favorite word?
It's your favorite word. Every 2 minutes I'm there. I was like, your house last weekend. You're like, oh, no, it's biadbi.
I'm cautious. All right.
You're cautious. Yeah. You're like, just, should we check with Kenny? Just consider biadbi. Yeah. So if somebody is coming because they're hungry to Langar, fine. I have no issue with that. Because we're not there to judge. Shindy asked me actually just 2 days. There's like a what's his name? Diljit has done that. You know these dharmic tracks. It's not part, but it's like dharmic tracks. And then there's been some covers done on that. Or Nanak is what I'm talking about. And there's a lady who does a cover for it, and in there it talks about Sarbatala Pala. And she was asking me, we say this all the time, but what does it actually mean? I was like, Sarbatala Pala means for everyone. Like Nanak Naam, Chardi Kala, Tere Pane, Sarbatala Pala. Like that's the final part of Japji Sahib. And it's the Pala, the goodness is for everybody, not for Sikhs.
Exactly. The goodness of Langar is for everybody.
It really is. Right. And look, if somebody's stingy with the kheer, you just go back and you say, can I have some more kheer? It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't get rejected.
What I saw at Barking Godara was really good, actually. They have a sign up and it says, please take as much as you want, but do not waste the food.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's fair. Just go up and have a single round and see how you feel.
See, and the philosophy of like buffet, right? All you can eat buffet. In theory, that sounds really good. But obviously,
the quality isn't good. No.
Well, no, quality is chill. That's a side issue. But it's like, how much can you actually eat? Now, you and your brother, exceptions to this rule. But aam banda, right? How much can you actually eat? So even like with Langar, it's like, yes, all you can eat and have as much as you want. But have you ever had Langar and then gone back for more Langar?
No.
It's very rare, isn't it?
I've only gone up for jar twice. That's it.
Yeah, fair. The only thing I've ever done is sometimes a separate counter. You have traditional, your kind of mainstream Langar, and then down this one you might have like pakore, a small sin, spring rolls.
Oh yeah. I've gone back
beans,
for that.
pizza. Yeah, that's different, but that's still different Langar. Yeah.
So that's Ed Sheeran.
That's Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran, and he came and he went. So there you go. Great stuff. Right, next one was, did you hear about the Sweden shooter that happened? I don't tend to bring up morbid topics. All I wanted to bring up was, in the original article, had a picture of a brown man on the front of it.
This is a thumbnail.
And then it got changed to the shooter being a white person. Why did that cock up even happen? Just, absolutely. I don't understand. What's the need? Why does somebody jump to that conclusion immediately and think, oh, I know. Let's just smack a brown face on it.
I mean, the person in context, if it's the one you sent on the actual, in the article, was somebody who had gone there to express his grief.
Yes.
And was mourning, is putting flowers down. So, yes. I mean, he is related to it, but not. The problem with it is you see that and then you assume that he's the killer. That's the problem.
Look at this face there. It has his face at the top of it.
Yeah.
Which would imply he's the shooter.
That's the
because
point.
People have the attention span of a fucking fish nowadays. You read the title, you read that little blurb underneath, and then that's it. Why?
Why
can't you take the other images down here? Why are you showing people's faces? This is not smart, man. Not smart at all. Fucking hell. Not necessary, man. Just keep it respectful. The same way how when there's an accident, you have an image of just either the school or the school logo, or you have flowers laid down, and that's it. That's enough, man. You don't need anything more.
Again, in the article, maybe we should look at the definition of it, but the word terrorism isn't used. So I want to understand what constitutes terrorism.
Should we actually try and Google it?
Yeah.
What actually is a terrorist? Because I see this a lot now. What actually is
just put
terrorism.
Yeah, put definition, define.
Terrorism, in its broader sense, is the use of violence against non-combatants to achieve political or ideological aims. The term is used in regard primarily to refer to intentional violence during peacetime or in the context of war against non-combatants.
Combatants.
Sorry.
Okay, so there are some features that these people are not armed, the children in the school. The bit where I think people, if they don't want to say this is a gunman, lone wolf attack, and then you get all these phrases that come out, mentally deranged, mental health issues, whatever, was there or wasn't there political agenda?
Got it. If he's white, he has mental health. If he's brown, he has religious beliefs that are extreme. That's it.
Yes, but coming back to so if we talk about, say, like Al-Qaeda, right? Then that definition, it's the political bit that's different. So I presume what they're saying is there are some people who go out on these sprees, and there's no political agenda. They're just doing it because, I don't know, they think it's fun or something. Then what is the definition of that? Is that mass killing? But even that, it's not described. It's obviously a horrific attack, but why isn't it being given the severity of it?
I think, isn't the fact that we are just labeled as terrorists and that's wrong. No, if we do something that is terrorism, fine, call it that. Call the consistency on the race color. That's all we ask. Yeah, just call it that. There's nothing more beyond it. However, if you are going to cite the fact that it's a political belief and a political issue, then you cannot say it's a terrorist attack ever in the moment that it happens. You can only establish that after the fact when you've got the evidence to back it up, and then retrospectively call it that.
Fair.
So when 9/11 happens, how do you know that was a terrorist attack immediately?
You don't, until they take responsibility and credit.
Which I think people did, and then it was called that. But on the day, I don't know if it was called that.
On the day, no one knew what was happening, man.
Bro, 2001, I remember that day clearly.
Chaos. I was school?
Yeah, school got picked up by my dad, and they just kept talking about it on the radio. I said, Dad, what happened? And he said something happened in New York. I was like, oh. That's it. It's a very somber day.
No. Well, my mom was in America. I think he was in New York, but he wasn't there at all. But we rang him and he was like, yeah, I'm okay. I remember that day. I remember 7/7 as well. 7/7, I was in a history lesson. And
I don't remember that.
The history teacher put the TV on, and we saw the bus, the one that kind of, with the seats.
Yeah,
you
the one that was completely blown out, yeah.
Yeah, and it sticks in your head, and you're just like, my God. Like,
blimey, yeah.
Yeah, that could happen. So, yeah, and again, Sweden, right? Like, it's sad to say this, but there are certain countries where we're kind of used to this type of happening. America.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it in Sweden. No.
Yeah, and you hear about these countries, we don't have these types of problems. What possesses somebody to wake up and go and do something? It's just...
I don't know, bro. The world's confusing, and people have their own beliefs. And there's a lot of mental health in it.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Like, so we have this thing within medicine, like, say they catch people like this and this goes to trial. It's are you bad or mad? And so it's so bad or mad means basically, if you're having psychotic symptoms, and there's types of psychosis where you get something called a command hallucination, so auditory, basically a voice saying, go and kill those people. So that's called a command hallucination. It doesn't always say things like that, but then you're trying to look at, well, did this person have insight? Did they knowingly do it? Right. So that's somebody who's bad, who has no mental health condition, is just malicious, violent, wanted to do it for, I don't know, political agenda. That's a bad person. And then the other side, you have a mad person. But obviously trying to prove that is not an easy thing. Absolutely not an easy thing. But the point, I wasn't trying to debate those two things. I was just trying to say that, whatever, but you're right, everybody has a different belief system. But to have that much conviction, that thinking, I'm just going to go and kill all these people, and somehow that's right. Madness.
That's what MI5 and MI6 are for. In the UK. I don't know if they have the same abroad. Probably do.
They do. Do you mean to foil attacks? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
And we're watching a show at the moment, actually, Old Horses, which is about MI5. It's always the way where, and it's the same in real life as well, like they miss something, like something, what was it recently? Southpaw killer, right? So He was on this list. It should have been escalated. Should have been following him. He'd said all the stuff he's going to do in school. Why was nothing done? And obviously, fine. So looking into where was it missed and could they potentially intersect it? But obviously, there must be hundreds of thousands of cases where
that we never hear anything about. Yeah. They only come out. I think it's a few times over a few years where they say, "Yep, we forward this many attacks."
Yeah,
like,
but no one hears about that. Yeah,
nah, no one's ever going to hear about that.
Mm.
Anyway, let's jump into the next segment. Hanji Jingle Bell, come on.
Oh, is it? It's not really that segment, is it? Though.
I mean, it is. It kind of is.
It
kind of is. Come on.
Gian of Brown Mundeh.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Well,
mate.
it is knowledge. It is knowledge.
It's not Gian. Do the jingle. I'll explain why it's still applicable.
What does Gian mean?
Gian is not the same thing as what we're talking about.
We're talking about phrases, so I'm going to give you a bit of knowledge.
Yeah, but it's related to confessions of Brown Mundeh.
Okay. All right, fine. But
do
it is
the normal jingle.
Confessions of Brown Mundeh featuring
The reason why we're talking about this today is because we're two married men that are happily married, and we are not on the Valentine's Day dating market. However, if we were on the Valentine's dating market, do you see how I managed to segue that in nicely? Yeah,
Mate,
fucking
straight
in there. Yeah,
sexy banda.
I knew about it. So, there's a few phrases that you might want to say to people when dating has not worked out for you in Punjabi to the elders when they don't understand the concept of online dating. So, why are you looking like that for, you weirdo?
You know the katapa. Hanji.
Oh God, we've got to stop being other people and be ourselves. What the? Okay. Go on. Do you want me to read them out?
Yeah.
Okay. The phrases of what you're going to say.
Mix them up.
Okay. How do you say in Punjabi, we are friends with benefits?
Oh, God. Right. So now let's do it in more of a context. Who am I saying this to?
If you're saying this to an elder and they say, "Oh, I see you out with this girl all the time," but you're not, are you boyfriend, girlfriend?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਈ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਮਿਟਡ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਾ ਆਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਕੁੜੀ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਜੱਫੀ ਪੱਪੀ ਖੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਪਾਣਾ ਉਹ ਮੇਰੀ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਸਮਝ ਲਓ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਫਰੈਂਡ ਹੈ
ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਫਰੈਂਡ
ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜੋਸ਼ ਚੜ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਦਾ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੇ ਘਰ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ
I just wanted a line and now you're giving a dissertation
because there's no line for that, man. you got to they're gonna be like because the person listening like that's how they listen ਤੇ ਘਰ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਜੋਸ਼ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕੱਢ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਲਓ ਮੈਂ ਬੈਲੈਂਸ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਉਹ ਖੁਸ਼ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਖੁਸ਼ ਤੇ ਸਮਝ ਆਈ ਗੱਲ
ਬਸ bye bye thank you bye bye
you just use the word casual ਹੈ ਨਾ no here's what they say right here's the Punjabi English word which is insinuating friends with benefits ਅਸੀਂ ਕਦੀ ਫਨ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ
ਅੱਛਾ ਫਨ ਜਾਨ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਫਨ ਫਿਰ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਅੱਛਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਰਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਲੱਕ 20
ਕਿਹੜੇ ਰਾਈਡ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ
ਦੇ ਗੇਰਾ
ਬੰਪਰ
ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇ ਗੇਰਾ
ਬੰਪਰ ਕਾਰ ਅਪ ਐਂਡ ਡਾਊਨ horse fun fair ਹਾਂ I can do this too what
up and down horse oh god you're like ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਘੋੜੇ ਤੇ ਚੜ ਜਾ
right
that's next. Hard man that's a really hard
one. I gave you a tough one there
bloody hard
how about this if you were to break up with somebody and say I don't see a future together or how would you say to your parents oh I'm not sure if it's going to work out I don't see a future
together. Say it to the kudi huh you see what you do is you give her a stern look Indy
stern
huh Vibe teri meri nahi mildi.
Ooh.
That's it, right? Sadi vibe nahi chaldi.
The vibe's off.
So you'd say, sadi, asi click nahi karde. Sadi gal nahi banddi.
Click, click.
Click. Agge jaake na, hona nahi. Aani hona. That's what they say. Aani hona.
We're not in synergy.
This not happening. Nahi hona.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vibe is off. That was very smart. How do you say it fizzled out?
Fizzled out. Yeah, it's very similar, isn't it? Gal nahi ban rahi. Fizzling. Gal nahi ban rahi. It's just not working.
Is that worth a fizzle?
Probably. Here's the other way. Oh, gal rahi nahi. It just isn't the same anymore. It wasn't what it was. Gal rahi nahi.
And that's what parents say, Potta, it's never the same as what it was. You get used to that.
Yeah, we were at your house this week, Shindy and I, and we were talking about this concept. And I think it's a very important, mature concept that people should know going into long-term relationships and marriages. Habituation, right? It happens with anything. You get used to things in your life in the same way you get used to your partner. Love will transcend all those things, but the way you love each other will evolve, and you should know that going in. You should adjust your expectations for what you think longer term love is. So, for example, when you're young, right, you might see your parents and be like, and it's typically boys who will say this to their dads. Dad, you're not very romantic, are you? You don't do anything for mom.
No, it's normally the girls that say that to the dad. It's not. Boys don't tend to say that at all. Boys don't tend to be that romantic.
In general, you mean?
Okay, if you think about it, typical, stereotypical romance is more so the lady wanting to be romanced, not the boy. Yeah, no guy says, I wish my girl was romantic to me. No one says that.
No, we're not saying that. I'm saying, but the guy has to be romantic.
Yes.
Why do you say the other way around?
Because if you have two kids, a boy and a girl, the boy's not going to really pick up on that. The girl's going to probably say, Dad, you're not really that romantic, because she'll see, ideally, from culture or the world, how she feels romance should be and why her dad doesn't do that for her mum. So, no, I dispute your point.
You can dispute it. That's what I used to say when I was growing up to my dad. That's why I
Wow, look at you, little cornball. Okay.
Yeah. So, but then this, if you grow up on Shah Rukh Khan and that's what you think.
Of course you did.
Bro. And then I'm there like proposing to Shindy in New York, trying to get Central Park closed down because I saw the scene in 50 Shades of Grey and I was like, yep. Paji, main te helicopter
you said 50 Shades?
Oh, hello. Yeah, the original. I was like, I saw it and I was like, Paji, I'm from England, okay? ਤੇ ਮੈਂ helicopter ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਣਾ ਤੇ Central Park ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਲਾਣੀ ਹੈ.
What, like Shah Rukh Khan in Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum when he landed the helicopter casually?
Oh, yeah, and he runs in, his mom's looking for him. So how we do this, Paji? Suffice to say that obviously didn't happen. It was still very good in Central Park, but it wasn't that. So, anyway, that was a side point. Habituation. Your love will evolve, okay? Embrace the way your love evolves. Love is a very deep and beautiful thing. And it has very, very many, many different forms. So you got Lindy. You've been married now a few years.
Sure.
It's changed, isn't it?
No, not really. I'd say me and Sanj are pretty similar to how we were when we first got married.
Okay. Compared to how long you been together total time?
7 years.
It's got to have changed. It's not going to not change 7 years.
No, I'd say we still spend ample time with each other.
No.
Still do everything together.
That's not the question.
Still have the same amount of affection we show each other.
I'm going to ask Sanj. I think Sanj will agree with me. There's no way in 7 years you're going to say exactly the way you loved her then you love her now. If anything, you'll say you love her more. There's a different way you love her.
Correct.
Yeah, or you make her now. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you cannot be. It will not be exactly the same with anything. With any relationship, the same with you and your dad.
I'm not saying it's not the same. I'm saying it's changed a little bit. But the fundamentals of what we still do then are still the same as now. So we still show each other affection.
Yes,
we still show each other time.
I'm not talking about rishte where people they've distanced. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, yeah, there are couples like that who are going to go. But people who are solid and they love each other, I'm saying even the way you love each other in a solid relationship like me and Shindy, you and Sanj, is different. That's what I'm saying. But the difference is a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's just something you should be open to. Don't resist it is what I'm saying. That's the advice I give.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Sanj. Yeah,
Go for it.
Yeah, everything fine. Yeah, fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Got it. What's gaslighting in Punjabi?
Yeah, that's a hard one. I was thinking about this one. There is no. It's like juggling, isn't it? तू shit बोल दी
Juggling
है.
is gossip though.
Yeah, but तू ज़्यादा shit बोल दी है. But I mean, all right. So obviously, karchi, the smaller juggly. But like, तू ना, you would say, तू ना आग लाई जाती है. You would say that. You keep starting the fire. You keep lighting this fire and running off. Gaslighting. Gaslighting again.
I think it's that.
Yeah. You'd have to kind of describe what it is, and then you translate.
Actually, you're describing a fire starter, if anything. Kindling, some would say, for a fire.
Okay, all right. Let's just pause here. Last weekend, we're at Indy's house. Indy in his front room has this fire, which he spent an inordinate amount of time trying to get going.
I spent 30 minutes trying to get it going.
More than that. It died about 3-4 times. Shindy
but when it was going,
Indy, it's not working, Indy. I know, Shindy. I can see that it's not working. I will continue to persist.
I said that once. Then Shindy said it 4 or 5 times and I didn't nibble and then she stopped. I was like, yeah, fine.
Oh, yeah, he's there.
I know exactly how she works with the same person.
You are the same person. It was funny, wasn't it? You're the same person, but you still end up pissing each other off.
Absolutely.
Which means you piss yourself off. Is that correct?
Yes. Correct. Well done. Welcome to the party, 207 episodes in.
Wow.
Well done.
You are a difficult person. Why do you piss yourself off? Bloody hell, Indy.
That's how it is, isn't it? It's love. Anyway, self-love, some would say. Karan, what is toxic behavior?
ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਆਦਤਾਂ ਆ ਨਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੈ ਗੰਦੇ ਆ.
But that's bad heart. That's not toxic.
Not heart. Aadta is habits. How you behave. Sabah. Tera sabah ganda hai. You got a dirty way of carrying yourself.
That's nowhere near the same thing as toxic.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. Toxic behavior. What's toxic behavior? Define it in English. What are you doing in toxic behavior?
Volatility. 1 minute shouting, next minute being loving. That's toxic.
Same as gaslighting. Yeah. So yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
not gaslighting.
Right.
Gaslighting is a false sense of reality that you picture on somebody else. So you say, you weren't in the house 5 minutes ago. They're like, yeah, I was. You're like, no, you weren't. And you make them believe that. That's not the same. It's an example of toxic behavior, but it is not the same thing.
Agreed. That's a good way you've explained that. It's difficult, man. Behavior
teacher this. Should ask my Punjabi teacher this, but they probably don't have a word for it.
Oh yeah, go and ask Randy auntie about what is toxic behavior.
She ain't gonna have any.
You are toxic.
She wouldn't have a word for it. No.
There won't be a direct word. It'll be a description of what the behavior is. That's what it'll be.
And lastly, how do you say a real man in Punjabi?
AJ baby.
Asli Jat.
That's it.
No, I say what is it? Bandaban. There you go.
Beer man. That means beer man.
Yeah, Bandaban. So if a girl says to you, Bandaban, you're like, oh, damn.
No, but you're saying in this context, it's not. You said translate. The guy saying it.
No. The girl saying to the guy, I want a real man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then she say, "Tu banda ban ja. Manu asli banda chahida. Manu real banda chahida. Real man chahida manu."
Why does she say it in that accent?
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. Manu full man, pura man.
Full man, adda man, total eclipse.
Full Punjab. Manu zimmadar banda chahida.
Zimmadar, fucking man on a Zimmer frame. What's going on?
Zimmadar, responsible man. You're right. You can't top banda banja, man.
See. Happy?
Happy, boy, happy.
Very good. Any other confessions?
Just to follow up on the confession from last week.
Go on.
About Shindy, which is about the scheduling, right? And the appropriate. So we leave your house on the Sunday, driving back. Yes. We do our briefing for the week.
Even though Shindy's driving, yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's fine. That's the way she wants it. Excellent briefing. She's taking it in, acknowledgement. 2 hours for the pod. He didn't tell me about the pod. It's like, okay, I told you on Sunday. It's in the calendar. I told you in the morning. So, woman, that's it. I can't tell you anymore.
Yeah, you can't.
I can't. It's on the fridge downstairs, maybe as well, because now we've got a calendar for the fridge. I just do you want to sign in my head? Podcast today?
Maybe a text in the morning.
No.
Why don't you send her a calendar invite that sends a reminder 1 day before,
bro,
2 hours before,
bro.
Yeah.
Shindy shares my calendar. Pehli gal. Okay. It's all Dr. Jazz Mavi calendar. ठीक है? Her inbox.
How bad?
Shindy
40,000 unread.
Shindy to jaan to baad, the archaeologists will still be digging, trying to discover email 0. You know, case 0, first email? Labanani, 10 generations. So, notifications, wasted. Unless it's analog, right? Unless it's like, oh. Okay.
You had an idea.
I just thought of something, right? Yeah. So,
what are you going to get a board and just write?
No. So, Amazon Alexa, you can program it to say certain things at certain times. It's like, you're right. I can just program the reminder every on the hour, once an hour. Podcast today, 7:30 with Indy Kara.
Yeah,
yes,
could say that.
Yes. So, confession is my confession. Kitti si, unne sunaya, no improvement. Fair pulgi. But obviously, mitigating circumstances is, you know, she's obviously looking after it, and that takes its toll. So, what were you told you?
Yeah, true, but still, you had the conversation. It's not like you didn't have it.
Yeah. Kitta si man.
I have a confession. Quick one that I've just come up with.
Oh.
So it's been 1 year to the day that I have bought the house with Sanj. And I have been sent a statement. Actually, I got an email from my bank.
Annual mortgage statement.
Saying, congratulations, you've had the house for a year. I'm like, I don't need to know this information.
No,
you get the annual mortgage statement.
Wait. Get the annual mortgage statement. You think, yeah. Every month, you know, money leaves my account.
Yes.
Yeah, listen, making dents and waves.
Yes.
Gonna pay that baby off early.
Yes.
Get that mortgage down. And then you see the principal amount and you go, oh, it's all gone into interest. It's only gone down by £5.
What the fuck happened?
You're like,
it was a lie. It was a lie. I looked at it and I thought, no, I didn't look at it. Sanj looked at it and said, I said, what? She said, look at our mortgage statement. I said, yeah, go on. Made a dent of, what, $4,000 in it over the year? I said,
yeah.
How does that add up? We've been paying bare. We got bumped on the interest. On the interest,
man.
And then I said, this doesn't make sense. And Sanj said, it is what it is. I said, no, it isn't. It is what it is. This is wrong. So I messaged your wife, Shindy, and said, Shindy, explain it to me.
Oh, God. Said, you actually thought it was wrong?
Yeah.
So, you don't know about the principle and the
No, I had no idea.
Interest?
I had no idea.
You haven't looked at the graph?
No, I looked at the graph, but I didn't understand how that graph works. The graph does this. And I'm like, why isn't it linear? Why isn't it straight?
I put money there. Where the money going? I don't know.
Why is the graph not like this? Why is it not 45 degrees down? Why is it not an inverse relationship? As the longer time goes, the less interest you pay bit by bit, or just keep it the same. No, it's like, oh, you're young. I'm going to fleece you now.
My pocket.
And by the time you're 60, you're going to be dead. But I don't care. I've got the majority of the interest out of you, you bugger. That's what they're thinking.
Okay. I don't know if you already do this. Do you make overpayments? Yes or no?
No.
Right. I want you to do something after the podcast. Just so this will mess with your graph, right? Just go into just type in mortgage overpayment calculator and do whatever your normal amount is. Do, I don't know, like 50 or £100 extra per month for a year. See what that number of years goes down to. Your eyes will pop out your head. It will half your mortgage, something stupid like that.
Why?
Just because you're overpaying, but the overpaying then compounds, and then it's more towards the principal amount, the capital.
But you can't do that, can you?
No, you can. So most lenders will allow up to 10% per year of overpayment without charge. Do that, in fact. Just work out what 10% would be, because that's normally probably the max. And just as a like a little bit of homework, come back next week and tell me what your term gets reduced to. So it goes from this many years to how many years. You can do it now live on the podcast if you want, if you know what the numbers are. You will blow
vaguely know what my numbers are. Vaguely, let me do it.
Mortgage overpayment calculator.
Mortgage.
You need to know the outstanding. Okay. Oh, he's getting excited now.
Mortgage
on it.
overpayment.
Shindy, I don't understand the graph.
No. I saw on Google, it was showing me this graph. And I'm like, what the fuck's the graph? And then Shindy sent me a video of a guy explaining it in American terms. And she said, I can't find a UK one. I said, that's fine. And I look at it and I thought, yo, what the fuck?
Do you understand the term now? Mortgage till death, okay?
I thought they were just kidding with that. Like, just joking. Yeah. I don't know my mortgage term.
Yeah, you do. Is it going to be like 25 years, 35 years?
I think. Okay, I'm going to put in a rough number, I think.
Here you go.
Okay, right. One-off overpayment, what, like 10%?
The one-off is asking to put an amount in.
Oh, it says and or recurring. Okay, let's do recurring. Let's do £100 extra a month, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Monthly. Calculate. Wow, I cleared my debt 3 years and 9 months earlier.
There you go.
Just by putting in £100 in.
Matter. And then, so if you make that number higher,
what if it's 200?
£1,000 see what happens.
I'm not £2,000 extra. Oh
and the mortgage is the mortgage. We go, guys, listen, we're launching the Patreon.
Oh my God, £200. 6 years and 8 months earlier.
Compounding, baby. See, it's more than double.
Fucking all right. Let's do £500.
Yo, baby, this is like gambling in reverse for you. Put it all in, baby. All chips in.
Shit. 12 years and 18 months earlier. So 8 months earlier, not 18 months. 12 years and 8 months earlier.
That's a long time, man.
And let's do the big boy with the £1,000 extra.
Go on.
Which no bank will ever accept. You pay off your debt 18 years earlier.
18 years. You see what I mean? Is the graph gets reversed. That is the Uno card that no one talks about, right?
I'm just gonna hide that top bit, yeah, so you can't see it.
The graph. Yeah.
But just look at that graph there. Yeah. Look at the fucking curve difference. What the fuck, man?
That's the triangle you wanted. That's 45 degrees. See?
Oh my God.
You got the triangle you wanted.
I've got the 45 degrees now. Yay!
See? Guys, let's see very soon Patreon launch karta na. Basically,
stop saying that, man. I've got to keep cutting it out. Fuck's sake, Goran. Shut up. Stop talking about it.
Why
because you don't tell people about it before you launch it. You tell them about it when it's launched and you push them to go and do it. Yeah, you don't do it now because it gets old. Look at you. You've done this with the live show. Fucking problem all. Yeah, people are like, when is it? When is it? When you come to a live show? They're like, what live show? And now fucking that's us pure momentum. People are all fucking confused and you keep saying it every 6 weeks.
Guys, guys, see, GoFundMe page shuru karo. Te Indy da mortgage ਤੁਸੀਂ pay off ਕਰ ਦੋ. Come on, man. Do it, man.
Donkey. Right.
You know, like when you have non-uniform day and you pay £1, we got 25,000 followers. Je ਤੁਸੀਂ all £1 ਕੱਢੀ ਹੈ.
Guilty confession. When I was a kid and I didn't contribute to my non-uniform day because I left the best at home, I felt guilty for weeks. I mean weeks. Thinking like I deprived some other children of that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a funny guy, man.
Big morals, man. Big morals. And then I also thought, how did they calculate all that bear in one day coming back to them so fast? That seems suspicious.
Very suspicious.
At a time where it was all just bare coins and people were sitting there counting one by one for the NSPCC countdown at 11 p.m. on a Friday night. That doesn't add up.
Doesn't add up. But when you're young, you don't understand these things. You just not want to wear a uniform.
I remember one time I got sent to school with non-uniform day, but my mum misread the date. So it was meant to be for the big school, not the little school.
Yeah.
And so I went in and I was like, oh, and then everybody was in uniform and I was like, oh, whoops. So all day I'm sitting there in chill company and everyone's in uniform and I thought, weirdly, I feel left out. What's going on?
You're a cool guy.
Even though I was in the chilled uniform. But yeah, there you have it.
But seriously, think about it, guys. 25,000 followers, £1 each, 25 grand. Indy, mortgage payment. 2 minutes ho na.
Karan, no. That's not going to happen. Fuck me.
I love that. You know, that's one of the best things you ever said. I saw the graph, but I didn't understand the shape. That's just, oh my God.
Why is it doing this? Why is it curved?
Guys, this is going to be on the merch one day. This graph and Indy will be like, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Fucking mortgage companies, man. Like they don't get enough bears here already. Now they're fleecing us off the bat. Right.
Sorry? What do you mean? The interest is how they make the money. They're not the principal.
No. You can stagger the interest over time. You don't have to do it immediately off the bat and make me feel like I'm making no progress in life.
I thought you were trying to say there should be interest-free mortgages now.
No. I'm not that much of a commie. Okay, there are some levels to it. I get you need to pass it back, but take it stagnantly. Stagger the payments. Stagger the payments nicely.
Not stagnantly. Staggered.
Staggered. Thank you. Staggered. Take it in a staggered way, so it looks like this. The arm looks like this.
Is that the graph you want?
That's the graph I want.
The linear man comes out of the
linear equation. Okay, linear relationship between the X and Y axis. Okay,
but you're not the only person. So Shindy's managing a mortgage for one of my consultants here. It's proper old school, big mortgage, nearly $1 million, right? And so it's coming up to he had a 2-year fixed, and so he was like, making better payments. Again, not understanding this thing. And he's speaking to Shindy, and he's like, I'm going to ring the bank. I got that. This is all wrong. Where's the money going? She's there, like, he doesn't really speak much English, and she's trying to explain, like, interest. You're paying interest. And he's like, no, got it. He's like corruption or something.
So when banks actually up the interest rate, they get that person. Why isn't my inflation coming down, bro? Explain it to me. I'm giving you more person and the inflation ain't coming down. And I'm one banda out of like 50 million.
My banda. My sevadar. Okay.
Oh, God. And on that bombshell, people, have a lovely Valentine's weekend. I hope it was great.
Enjoy karo. You go out there.
I hope you had a great week.
If she is the one, tusi mortgage kaddo. Yeah, buddy. Then you're committed for life. Yeah.
Till death do you part. Yes. Or the 5-year break in the mortgage. Okay, bye.